All right, guys, so 3 ways you should not invest $1,000. I just made a video on how you should invest $1,000. If you haven't watched that video, check the link above. Check it out. It's a good video. But yeah, so $1,000 is just such a small amount of money, and I think you need to be careful on where you're putting it, so that way you get the most benefit, you get the most return, and you're not wasting a lot of time, right? So yeah. Let's get right into the list. The first place that I see a lot of people invest their $1,000 is a savings account. They say, okay, I'm going to put my money in this savings account. I'm going to get, right now you could get 3 to 5%, but that's not typical. So you're going to put this money in there, and you think over the next 10 years you're going to have 100 to 200,000, when that's not the case, right? Because you haven't did the math, one, and you don't know how money compounds. So putting your money in a savings account is not the answer, right? And again, I said earlier, right now you could get 4 to 5% because interest rates have been up for the last 2 years, right? But we're going to get into an interest rate cut environment here pretty soon. So those rates are going to go down. You got to remember, savings accounts are variable. So they fluctuate when interest rates get cut, when interest rates rise. So you can't really depend on that interest coming in every month because it fluctuates, right? So even a CD, right? CDs, you tend to get a lot more money, but again, you got to lock up that money, and $1,000 is so small that let's say you get 5 to 6% on that CD or that savings. At the end of the year, you're really only making 30 to 50 bucks. So I think a savings account is probably the worst place to put your $1,000 if that's all you have. Even if you had $10,000, I would say that would probably still even be a bad investment because that money could be better used, starting up a business, making an investment in the stock market, even the crypto market, right? There's all these markets where you can invest that money and you can double, triple your money a lot quicker, a lot faster, and just go a lot further with that $1,000. So yeah, savings account is that first place I see a lot of people go to. Especially the ones online that they offer, they tend to offer a lot more interest because they don't have any, brick and mortar. They don't have any bank, no physical location, so they can offer you a little bit more. But again, once those interest rates get cut, your interest rate is going to get cut as well, right? But yeah, so that's the first place. Do not put your $1,000 in a savings account. That is one of the worst places to put it, right? Now, if you're going to put it in there to say, okay, I'm going to put this money in there just so I can wait and figure out where I want to put that money, then that's fine. But if it's just but don't make it the plan. Don't say, okay, this is where I'm going to put my money to hit my financial goals. All right, number 2, the second place where you should not put your $1,000 is into any get-rich-quick scheme, right? And there's a lot of those these days. A lot of people want to get rich really quick. They put their money in something in a week and they expect in the next month or maybe within the next week that they make 100, 200,000, they become a millionaire, and that's just not going to happen, right? Somebody may get lucky, they may do that, but it's probably not going to happen to you. So a couple of the things I'm seeing are, one, meme stocks, meme coins, things like that, where it's like just real trendy. And you hear about it on social media and people are like, oh, did you hear about this stock? You should put some money in it. You're going to make a lot. Anything like that where you're hearing it from somebody else. You're seeing it a lot on Twitter, or a lot of the retail people are talking about it on different platforms. That's probably the worst investment to make, right? Because at that point, everybody knows about it and you're probably late to the party. And what you're going to be exit liquidity, right? You're going to be, that person, those few people that make 100,000 or become a millionaire. You're going to be the person that they sell on, right? Dump the bag on. So any of those get-rich-quick schemes, I would not get into. Again, there are some people that do make a living out of trading meme coins and stuff like that. And there's some strategies behind that. But, a lot of people that get into those spaces, they really don't have any strategy. They're just following what somebody else said, and they expect to make a lot of money. And you're not going to make a lot of money. Another thing that I'm seeing too a lot is those MLM schemes, those multi-level marketing, things like Amway, Monet. Basically, you have to get other people to sell the product, and it has to continue going. It's a Ponzi. You have to get more and more people to sell the product before you start making any type of money. And then on top of that, a lot of these businesses like Amway and Monet, you got to pay like a monthly membership fee just to be a part of it, just to get access to those products. So I'm not saying it can't work for some people. I know a lot of people swear by it, but for the most part, the majority of people, I would say like 80% of people that give a review or a testimony on multi-level marketing, they're complaining about how it doesn't work, you don't make any money, and you're just paying a monthly membership fee, and you're making somebody else rich, right? So I would stay far away from these get-rich-quick schemes. Try to put that money into an actual business, an actual investment that's solid, that's going to get you a good return over the next couple years, right? The long game, not the short game. All right, so the third place where I would not invest this $1,000 is in any of these motivational seminars, webinars, anything like that, right? You could get so much motivation right now. Like, you can go into Instagram, you could go into YouTube, and you can get so much motivation for free, right? And there's real like good content creators that give great motivation. So you don't need to be paying $500 to $1,000 to go to pay for a ticket to go to a webinar or a seminar and get some motivation. There's a lot of people selling motivation and making a lot of money off of it. And, good for them, but I don't think that's the best place for your $1,000, right? Especially when you can get the same thing for free. There's some instances where, I do think you should pay for a course or some type of webinar if there's some type of call to action where they could teach you how to do something, and it's not just, I'm giving you motivation, I'm just pumping you up so you can just get up in the morning, right? You shouldn't be paying people $300 to $400 for a ticket for them to give you motivation to just get up in the morning and do what you need to do to make some money, right? So yeah, so that's the third place where I wouldn't spend $1,000. I see a lot of people do this. I see a lot of people just fall into that trap of like motivation that they even forget about making a business. It's like they're all about motivation and getting pumped up, but they don't do anything with that energy, right? And again, you can get this all for free. You can use music to pump you up. There's so many things that could pump you up that I would not be spending my first $1,000 on somebody to give me motivation, right? All right, so those are the three areas where I would not invest $1,000. Let's go over them. The first place is a savings account. Again, you're not going to get much from a savings account if you just have $1,000. Even if you had 10,000, it's not going to get you very far. 2, get rich quick schemes, meme stocks, meme coins, any of these crazy cryptos. There are some solid ones, but again, there's like 20,000 on the market. So, make sure you do your research and you don't just get into something somebody talked about on X, right? And then 3, motivational speeches, webinars, anything like that, I would stay far away from. I would not spend any of that $1,000 on trying to get some motivation, right? You could get it for free online, on YouTube, and all these other platforms. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you should not invest $1,000. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.